So nothing on ADCHF. So no worries, no need to stress. Uh, I'm sure if we go down the time frame, we could probably find something to get in and probably try to catch a few pips. But you don't need, if you don't find a setup, just move on to the next pair. No harm, no foul, no money at risk. AJ, I currently in this right now. Got it on a buy stop one from my Sunday weekly outlook. We had a buy stop here. TP1 hit, TP2 hit. Price came down. The TP2 left this nice wick where price tried to come down and fail. The price started to head back up. I looking at TP3 to be here instead of my zone. And, and the reason being is because of this resistance in the past. I mean, support in the past. You look along the pink line where I have my TP3, I see support, 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 resistance, and I could go back and I'm sure I'm going to find more touches, more resistance, more support, and so I want to personally wait to see. I mean, I expect TP3 to hit, but right now that's about 12 pips away from TP3, but I want to see how price reacts in this area before I actually jump in. If you look at my markings from Sunday, I have this arrow where price did come down, so we're expecting the market to pull up. Let's follow the trend again. Higher highs, equal high, higher high. This is a low, price broke the low, and so we're waiting on a pullback for price to continue dropping down here now. So if you want to look at it from the zone standpoint, price broke the zone. It never really gave us a strong retest or a good retest that's clear as day, where price broke through the zone and went back up. This would be the break, this would be the retest, and then we look for price to drop all the way down here. All right. So we just want to wait for price to get in to see how it reacts. So I'm going to keep an eye on AJ. Price within 10 pips of my TP anyway. So on the buy from Sunday, let's see how much pips to TP3. 120 pips from the buy stop, and that was from Sunday night. We set the buy stop. I don't think that's a long time to wait for 120 pips. Stop loss is in profit. I already took a few partial profits. I'm just letting the trade ride. Right now, risk-free trade, I'm not even checking for it, to be honest. So we want to see how price react. May not be until tomorrow when we get confirmation on AJ, but patience pays. Patience pays. AN, really not sure why I have some of my drawings on. I try to delete them as I go. I was waiting for price to come back down to form a second touch. Price went into the zone. So AN, I want to keep an eye on this area because this is my zone. This is where price finds support or resistance. But again, we're not trying to predict the market. We just wait for it to show us whether it breaks the zone, retest. Then we can look for it to go up, or we wait for price to come out of the zone, come back up. We can now draw a trend line because we have two touches. If price follows the arrows, we'll have two touches, and then we could go ahead and put a sell stop on it and ride it back down to the zone. Gain 3 pips. 30 pip stop loss. But we just want to see how price actually plays out. Just reacting to the market. If you look at my zone, you can see this resistance here. Support, support, support. Price went to the next zone. Some resistance here. Price struggled. Price also found resistance here and here. And so I like this area for price to potentially find resistance or the ceiling. However you look at it, you look at it as a ceiling on the floor or support resistance, all the same thing. So if we see this happen, we can look for this to drop as well. If you guys are a little bit confused or just need some help with clarity, feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask a question. I have no problem trying to help. Questions actually speed up the learning process, in my opinion, and it gets me to further break down something. If you don't understand, just go ahead and ask. Nobody's judging on this call. We all were there at one point, so feel free to ask. AN, AU. AU price broke this zone. We're waiting on a retest. No retest, no trade. But what I want to show you guys too is price may not have came back down to the zone to give me that break and retest. But because I see price struggle here a little bit with this sell candle here, we have 3 wicks where price tried to go up and failed, and it tried to go down and failed, came down a little and failed. I put a line here just to see what was happening along this level. Why did price do this here? Like, it's no coincidence that price did this here. So I want to go back in the past now and see what was happening along this level, and I could see some support, support, and so that in itself is probably enough for you to hop in a trade to ride it up. Right now, for me, it doesn't even make sense trying to get in here for 10 pips. That might take a long time to actually happen for 10 pips. So I'm not gonna trade Bitcoin, but market structure is market structure. I have this trend line on it because I see this resistance, support. So the market is in an uptrend. It is giving us higher highs. Price is respecting this trend line by not breaking it. Right? So if I had to say which direction I would be anticipating this market to be going, I would be saying up. But like I said, I'm not going to trade it. CAD, CHF, I don't have it marked up, so I don't want to play around with my money or your money, so just move on to the next one. CAD, JPY, this is also one of them from Sunday. We see price finding resistance, respecting the trend line, and so if price is finding support, if price is struggling to go down, I can only expect it to go up. And the market has just been dropping, so it's kind of due for a pullback. And so I'm looking at price to get at least to TP2, where we can see this strong support. I do have TP3 here because I trade from zone to zone. I will have a position on TP3, but as these trades move into profit, so does my stop loss. TP1 hit, take a partial profit, stop loss moves to profit. TP2 hit, stop loss moves to TP1. I also take another partial profit. When the price gets anywhere above TP2, my stop loss moves to TP2, and then I just let the trade play out. That I probably done close out a lot with all the partials that I took already. I probably have a very small lot size on that with my stop loss and profit, where I'm maximizing my profit. All right, so right now this is an active trade. Right now price is at entry. If you guys want to get in, feel free. Always use proper risk management. If you never took one of my trades before, I would tell you put your take profit to TP1, which is over here in the blue. TP1, you can just do a market execution buy, and probably do, because you're going for 30 pips, you'll probably do a 30 pip stop loss or 15 pip stop loss. That way your risk is less than your reward. But yeah, just risk 1% of your account just to take the trade. TP1 has a high chance of hitting, and it decreases as you go further up. So TP1 has the highest chance of hitting, then TP2, TP3. CHF, JPY, I'm expecting it to come to this level in this area and potentially drop again, because we can see that we got a lower low and a pullback, and then we can expect price to drop. Whenever you hear me say lower low, it's always because we get a, let's say we start off with a low, the market makes a move up, call it a high, it does a pullback. So if this is the low, this is the low, I'll just say L, a low, and this is the high, right? And then this would be a higher low. And then we can anticipate that the market, if the market do this, chances are it's going to make another push to create a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, right? every time you see an uptrend, it's always going to be when you're getting a higher high, higher high, higher high, higher low, and that's it for now. So what I do is I pay attention to the higher lows. I pay attention to the higher lows. If I see a higher high, I think in buy. I automatically think in buy, but I don't want to buy here to be in the negative all these pips, right? I want to wait for the pullback to happen and the higher low created, higher than the previous low. Once I see price struggling to break here, I'm buying, anticipating that the market's going to create a higher high. So as I pay attention to the higher low, if at any time the market goes below the higher low and it closes below the higher low, this now becomes a lower low. This becomes a lower low, and when you see a lower low, the market isn't making higher highs anymore, it's making a lower low. So you just need to wait for the pullback, wait for the market to struggle to go any higher, and then you can look to sell because you can now anticipate another lower low. So you want to wait for whichever way the market is trending. This is a higher low because it's lower than the previous high, a lower high. Right? You get the lower high, that's your place to enter on the sell, and you want to ride it down. Even if you get out at the lower low, that'll still be a good amount of pips, and that way you're a bit more conservative, in my opinion, if you get out, because this is a support level. When you look at this, this is a support level at the lower low. It's always going to be a support level. Same thing with the highs and the higher highs and the higher highs. They all are support or resistance levels. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that because you're going to hear me talk about it a lot. When we look at what the market was doing over here, price pulled back, created a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. Even though this is kind of close, the market came down, found support. Price created a lower low because price broke the previous low. The higher low, price broke it. Put a line there. Price broke the higher low. So let's go low, high, higher low, a higher high, a higher low. And I'm saying higher high because this one went higher than this one. I'm saying a higher low because this one went higher than the previous low. And then we got a higher high, another higher high. So we're still thinking buy. We see price pull back, we're looking for the buy. Now, when this higher low broke, when price broke below this higher low, this automatically became a lower low because it went lower than the previous low. And so you wait for the pullback. Let me just drop that there one time. You wait for the pullback to happen. You see price struggle in this area. You may not have gotten in exactly here after this long wick, but this form, if this is the high, this now is a lower high. And now you can get in for the sell. Let's say you waited a while. You saw where you could draw a trend line. You saw where you could draw a trend line with multiple touches. One touch, two touches, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you see price struggling to break this trend line, if it can go up, then it probably only could go down. So you set a sell stop. You set a sell stop. So you want to get below the zone. So you set a sell stop here. And even if you set the sell stop here and get out at the lower low, that's still going to be a lot of pips. So the lower low, let's go to the body of the candle. That's about 100 pips, 96 pips. That's because you saw price create a lower low, did a pullback. You were thinking sell because you got the lower low, sell stop here because you saw all these touches on the trend line. Price struggled to break this trend line. Price was respecting structure, and so you entered on the sell, and conservatively you got 100 pips. Now, if you wanted to go more, expecting another lower low, let's say you got out at this zone over here, that could have been 196 pips, easy, no stress. You just chilling with a 50 pip stop loss. You good to go. All right. So the market gave us a lower low here. Clone gave us a lower low. So if it gave us a lower low, we thinking sell. We thinking sell. We got the lower low here. After the lower low, what price to pull back to give us a higher low. So we waiting on the higher low now. We waiting for price to struggle to break any of these support or resistance levels in the past. Any one of them. Struggle. If you see price struggling, that's probably a good time to get in. Right now, where price is, it looks like it's struggling. Just wait a few candles, you won't miss the move. This is the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour chart. This is the 4 hour chart, so you got plenty of time. You could check back in the next 4 hours. You can check back when this candle closed to see where it closed, and let's put a line here to see what price is doing. So let's say if we call this resistance, I see support in the past. I see some more support. I see some resistance. I see some resistance right here. So this could be the area where the market turn around. But like I said, you don't even have to rush. You don't have to rush to try to get in. Patience pays. Remember I tell you that. We may get 4 more candles where prices try to go up and fail, try to go up and fail. You don't want to be stuck in the trade in negative the whole time. Price may only go 20 pips in the negative, then 20 pips in the negative, then 20 pips in the negative over 4 candles, but you don't want to be in the trade that long. If you don't want to miss the move, guess what? Sell stop. Drop a sell stop at this level, and you won't miss the move. Your target to be at the lower low. Sell stop at the lower low. This could be your target. Let's see how much pips that is. So that's 123 pips, 125 pips, give or take. 125 pips, and you're not even watching the chart. Set the pending order. That's what they're there for. I know if you don't know how to set a pending order, when you go to MT4 again, just touch on instant execution or market execution if you're trading from the mobile platform. If you're trading from the mobile platform, when you go to enter a trade, at the very top above your lot size is going to say market execution or instant execution. If you touch that, it's going to be a drop down menu with buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. And with the sell stop and buy stop, let's see. Sell stop and buy stop. So let's go buy stop. The buy stop is when price is below where you want to put the buy stop. You expect the market to continue going. The sell stop is prices above where you want to enter, and you just let the market keep on coming down. It's a continuation of it. So when you look at buy and sell, buy is up and sell is down. That's the simplest way to put it. Buy is up and sell is down. When you do a buy stop, you expect the market to continue going up. You do a sell stop, you expect the market to continue going down. Now with the limits, if you want to do a buy limit, the buy limit simply means you want to set it below. If price is here, you want to set the buy limit below because you anticipate the market dropping some more before going up. That would be the buy limit. And then the sell limit, would be where price is below. You see an area of support or resistance, like in this here, you see the support level here, you're expecting the market to go up some more, activate your trade, and then you expect it to drop. So sell is down and buy is up. You always expect the price to go up when you do a buy order. For buy stop, buy limit, you always expect the market to go up, but with the limit, you expect the market to go down first. And the sell stop, you expecting all these to be trades where the market is going down. But with the limit, you expecting the market to go up first. You don't want to be in the negative. You don't want to press market execution and then be in the negative for a lot, knowing the price is going to drop and then it hits your stop loss, right? Or you be worried that you're in the negative for too long or whatever the case may be. You just anticipate the market is going to go a little bit higher first before dropping. That's when you use the limits, all right? And now you can have an even tighter stop loss because you wait for the price to continue moving up, all right? So use dependent orders, guys. They're very helpful. You don't want to miss this move. Use a sell stop. Sell stop is indicating that the market could potentially sell stop. We expect the market to go down. So come down, continue going down, activate your trade, take you straight into profit. All right. So we're waiting on the higher low on CHF JPY. If you want to, you guys can go ahead and plug this in at the sell stop. That's currently about 30 pips away from where price is. And I calculate my pips because I'm looking at where price is right now to where the stop loss is. I'm just disregarding the last number. Like I minus in 93 from 62. I don't know how new you guys are, and that's why I kind of explained a lot today. So 30 pips away, probably won't activate by mistake. It'll get you in profit, and if you get in profit about 10, 15 pips, stop loss in profit at break even, at entry, at 1 or 2 pips in profit, and then just let it ride. So I'm going to share this chart with you guys. In the chat, CHF JPY. Okay. EA, to me, EA hasn't really been doing anything. When you zoom out, you can see it just basically consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. You could potentially ride it back down here, but I don't want to take the chance because it's just consolidating. When I look at it on the day chart, you guys can see the consolidation a little bit easier. Just straight consolidation. I don't really want to fool with it right now. All right, so ECAD approached the zone. Not surprised that it stopped here, came down a little. It will probably go up again. It'll probably give us another retest on this trend line. We got an alert just now. I like the alert. The alert called for a buy. So you guys can buy ECAD for 10 pips if you want to. But looking at the overall picture, I want to see some more candles print in this area. I want to see a few more candles, so I'll give it another day. Tomorrow. I'll check in on this to see if we get any where the market may have moved away from the zone, and then we wait for a pullback, and then we could get in here to ride it all the way back down. So no setup on this right now. Just want to wait for a few more candles to make it easier. Price is probably going to consolidate for a little while before making any moves. Again, you guys can sell stop if you want to. I don't recommend it, to be honest. I don't recommend it because I want to see more candles print. Price may very well break this zone. We ain't trying to predict it. We're just trying to react to it. Price can break this zone, retest, and then take off to the upside. I would wait. EUR-CHF, another pair that's just consolidating. Price broke out, never gave us a retest. Broke out, never gave us a retest. Broke out, never gave us a retest. Price finding resistance. Nice long wick here. Price may shoot back down, but it ain't worth trading for me right now because it's just consolidating. I want to see something clear as day where price break this consolidation and retest on the other side. Previous resistance turn to support, then we buy. Previous support turn to resistance, then we sell. EUR GBP. I don't really like what's going on here. Plus, my chart isn't marked up. So if I just looking at what it is for what it is, do a quick little markup. Price just pretty much consolidated in this area. Price went higher, did a pullback, gave a higher high, a pullback, and then just kind of played around this area, gave a lower low, and created another higher high, and then doing a pullback, and then price, it just don't look good for me right now. I could probably put a channel on this, see how the channel will play out. If I don't like it, I just move on. We could see price just go back up to this level, probably find resistance here, and then drop again, and then take off, give us a retest. Wow. I'm gonna leave that on the chart to see how it plays out. EJ, I call a buy on this on the 18th. On the 18th of September, I called a buy on it. Price went down. I held on to the position because price was in my zone. After a long time, well, not really long. After 8 days, I back in profit a few pips, 30 pips. Yeah. So this is why risk management is important. I normally don't stay in trades after I more than 50, 60 pips in the negative. This one had to be 150, and that's because I leveraged properly. I had my zone here, the cheat code on it, to let me know the price probably was going to find support in this area here. So I held on to the position. Stop loss was definitely below here, probably about 200 pips or so, and that's not normal for me. I don't use those big stop losses. 50 on average is the highest that I normally go. I don't go more than 50 pips for the most part. But I held on to it because I saw this price was in my zone. I anticipate that it was going to consolidate for a while. I saw where price found this resistance here. So price made a move of from here all the way up to here is about 600, 700 pips, right? And then price dropped from here all the way down here for 850 pips. You can't tell me that this area here isn't special. And for price to make a 700 move, pip move from here and then an 850 pip move from here, I was anticipating that the market was going to find support here. I could have been wrong, but my analysis told me that when price approaches my zone, it's either going to break and retest or it's going to find support or resistance and move away. So I held on to it. Now I 30 pips in profit. Again, I don't normally do that. This one here was different. This one here was different. I wasn't stressed about it, but either I almost forgot that I was in the trade. But I noticed that it started to come up, and every time I come here, I can close the trade. Like, no, that can turn around. No, I can close it here. No, I just kept playing with me, but I just left it alone. I set, forget, and leave it at that. I am actively in this trade right now. I saw these two touches on the trend line. The sell stop activated. TP1 hit. I didn't have a chance to move my stop loss into profit. And so by the time I checked my phone, price was up in this area here, had me in the negative. TP1 had already closed out, so I do anticipate this. The price just approached this zone, and price just approached this zone, found resistance here. We have a reversal candle, and then we have the strong move to the downside. So I'm holding on to my position. Right now, it's only 10 pips from entry. Only 10 pips from entry, so I feel good about that. I still expect my TPs to hit. Uh, when we look at what the market was doing, boom, 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 got a higher high. It could very well break this zone because we got a higher high here. But I expect us to at least do a pullback before it takes off to the upside. At least come back down to this level. That's kind of why I took the trade. This one here is about 100 pip trade. Once I get to TP1 again, I'll definitely stop loss and profit, take a partial profit. If you want this chart, I think I sent this out yesterday. I sent it out yesterday. TP1 was 30 pips. EU price broke the zone. We're waiting on a retest. Probably could get this retest here. You see these support level, support level, support level. I want price to show me resistance here, right on the edge of this. I want price to give me resistance, and then I can look to see if we could ride this down. Probably could do a sell stop on it. Probably do a sell stop on it. We could get out at the low. The previous low, this here would be TP3, and I just used the minor levels in between to give me my TP1, TP2, TP3. So that would be about 20 pips for TP1. This resistance area here would be my TP2, and this would be my TP3. So let me clean this up so I can share this chart. So this would be a good time to use the limit. If you wanted to get in here, you could use a limit because you're expecting price to get a little higher. You're expecting price to go a little bit higher, so you can use the sell limit. Enter your sell limit at this level, and then ride it down. By the time you get to the sell stop, you'll be 30 pips in profit. TP1, you would be about 50 pips in profit. TP2, 90 pips in profit if you do the limit. Now, with the limit, I wanna pay attention to these touches on this trend line. Price may very well come up to the trend line. Even though this didn't touch, I still copying it. Because support resistance is more than just this one line. It's an area just like my zones. So price can very well find, or it might just consolidate for a little while, and then right where the line is the resistance, the previous support and resistance match up to the trend line, price might just drop from here. So it might be a while before this one actually takes off. It don't hurt to wait. If you ain't sold, you don't love your setup, like you're confident about that setup, you don't have to rush it. The market ain't going nowhere. Again, tomorrow, the market's still gonna be there. Next week, still gonna be there. You want to take high probability setups. You don't want to rush the process. You rush to get in the trade too early, it could hit stop loss, and after it hit your stop loss, turn right back around. Let's say you get in here, your stop loss is here because you want a tight stop loss. All us want tight stop loss. Price could come hit our stop loss, and then once it hits our stop loss, activate the sell limit, hits our stop loss, and then guess where it's gonna go? Straight down, straight to TP3, and that's the most hurtful trades. They're the most hurtful setups where your stop loss get hit and then price go exactly where you was expecting it to go. So you know, rush to get in the market. I promise you that. You know, rush. Take your time. Take your time, wait for your setup that you absolutely love and you're confident because you have your confirmations. Once you have your confirmations, take the setup and risk less than 3% of your account, 1 to 3% of your account, which you should be risking on every position that you enter. GA, so we're waiting on a break and retest. We didn't get any. We didn't get any. Right now, prices approached this zone here. I bet I can almost guarantee if I go down to a smaller time frame, I can see a break and retest on the zone. But I don't have it on the 4 hour, so I'm not going to take the setup. I want to see how price react here now. Break retest, then we can look to sell. Or price move away, come back down, find support again, and then we can ride it up. Alright, so just reacting to the market, just reacting to what it does. Waiting on a break and retest, we didn't get any, we missed all this, that's fine. Boom, boom. GCAD saw where price was consolidating, I was waiting on price to break above, come back down. I can't remember which training I was talking about this, maybe when price was here. Trend line, I'm not sure. I try to do my lines where I'm looking at the setup. Buy stop, buy limit, bum, 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 bum. Looking at this though, take a look at it on the day. But I love these GBP pairs. When you have a lot of stuff on your chart too, that kind of blocks what you're looking at and stops you from kind of seeing what the market actually is trying to show you. The market is talking to me. It is talking to me. Support, support, resistance, got a double top here. I see resistance here on this level. I see some support over here, some resistance in the past, resistance, support. Price may be finding resistance here. We want to see where this candle closes on the day. So tomorrow around 5, we want to see where this candle closes. If it gives us a nice wick too, that means that would be 3 times the price tried to go up and fail, tried to go up and fail. And if this one gives us a nice wick too, we can look at this. And we could potentially do a sell stop here. It's just a matter of reacting to what it does. I only put these here to anticipate the move, so I don't have to get ready when it happens. Price can also very well come up to this trend line. Price can very well always also come up to the trend line and then boom, drop back to the zone. That's actually what I'm anticipating, but I reacted to the market, not trying to predict it. Alright, and that's on the day chart. Break it down. Go to the 15. 15 just looks choppy. Just move on. It ain't clear as day, so I ain't fooling with it. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Need more candles to print to show me what the market wants to do. This GJ, I was watching this consolidation. I saw this long wick here, and I saw that this could have been a potential setup for us to get in because of this consolidation. Yeah, market was finding resistance, 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 support, support, support. And price broke out and never gave us a retest until I saw it happen over here. So I was looking for this to activate the sell limit. TP1, and it never came back down. I went 40 pips and then went back up. I didn't enter it, but it's something that I had my eye on when this was happening. I wasn't sold on the setup. I didn't have my confirmation. But nonetheless, boom, 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 boom. You can miss some setups. You can miss some setups. That's automatic. So this buy stop hit TP1 already. Went back up, stop loss hit and profit, kicked me out the trade. I still want to watch this because I out the trade now. I want to watch this to see where this candle closes. I want to see where this candle closes. If this gives me a nice wick, if this closes as a bullish candle, which it probably won't in the next 13 minutes, I want to see how price react to this zone. So it might not be ready tonight. It might be tomorrow where we see price struggling or consolidating along this level, and then we could potentially get a buy stop down here to ride all the way up to TP3. I'm expecting to go up some more to TP3, at least TP1 again. So I want to watch this area here. Just a matter of being patient, I promise you. Just waiting on the setup. Price broke the zone. What you see? You see a nice long wick. See where price tried to come down field, tried to come down field, tried to come down field, tried to come down field. All these wicks show us the market tried to go down and it's failing. If you can't go up, I only anticipate this to go up. If you can't go down, I expect it to go up. So 70 pips to get to this trend line. If price was to shoot up right now, you want a 50 pip trade. 50 pip trade with a 25 pip stop loss. Your risk to reward is you're risking 1 to get 2. I like this setup here. Look at it on the hour. Support, support, support. I like that to continue going up. Check out the 15. Wait for price to come down some more, or set a buy limit down here at the zone. Keep the 30 pip stop loss, and now you can shoot for a little bit more of each. Go for about 80, 85 pips if you want to do the buy limit. Buy limit, you're expecting the market to come down, activate. 4 hour. If you don't want to miss it, buy stop. Buy stop. That would be your target. TP. No worries. Price was respecting the trend line. I'm waiting on a retest. We have 2 touches on this trend line. 1, 2. You may get a retest on this trend line again or at this resistance level, but ain't nothing solid, so I just moving on. NZD I see an engulfing candle forming. I love my engulfing candles. So we have 2 places we could get in this. We can do a buy limit here. We really want to wait for this candle to close. So let's just go 85. Buy stop. Buy limit. I'm doing a buy limit on the body of the candle I've got engulfed. If you look at where my buy limit is, it's on the body of the candle that got engulfed. I expect the price to come back down here, activate the buy, and then take it straight up. The buy stop is just that price continue going up. And I don't know if you guys noticed how quick I was to jump on the buy stop and the buy limit when I saw this. Because I have my zone on the chart, I promise you my zones, they let me know where price turn around a lot. So resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support. And I could go all the way back to about 2014, and I know that I'm going to find some more support and resistance levels on these areas. here. This is where price is right now. See the buy stop, buy limit. Nice long wick where price tried to break it and failed. Nice support. Support is beautiful. I might not find no more though, but that's okay. I know the area is strong because I have a zone on it. So we're looking at this. Because I know my zone here and I have two touches on the trend line along with this engulfing candle, I am sold to do the buy stop and the buy limit. I'm looking for my TPs now. So 8.5, so 15 pips for TP1. I'm using this resistance level. TP2 would be here at this resistance level, and TP3 I'll go with this resistance level here. Try to clean it up. Okay, buy limit, buy stop, TP1. Seconds, TP2, and TP3. I want to figure out why I have this black line here. Okay, so it's just something that I have on the chart. Ultimately, I want to ride it all the way up to the zone. That's ultimately what I want to do. I want to take it all the way up here, but for right now, I'm still 100 pip trade from the limit, and the buy stop is 75 pips. You won't turn that down. You won't turn that down. I want to see where this candle close. We might get to a tighter buy stop, but I just did it at 85 to kind of give it room to continue moving up if we wanted to. But let me share this chart with you. If you're looking for the parameters, when I send the link in the chat, you guys can click the chat so it can open up. TP1, you want to plug in your TP1, just look at the number next to TP1, TP2, same thing, and TP3. Again, TP1 has the highest chance of hitting, so if you just start to take trades from me, go TP1 for now until you get comfortable. You can set the buy stop and buy them, or go use it in demo, whichever is comfortable for you, by all means. So this is NVDCHF. I'm gonna click them links before we hop off. In the zone, any price to breakout, retest, or breakout, retest. NU, I think I had a buy stop here, but I didn't call this trade. I was expecting price to come back up, but nothing on it right now. I don't trade US 30, but it respects structure, and so I like to analyze it. Break, retest, price found support on the zone, went up, found support here, could potentially break this, so just a matter of waiting on a break and retest, and then ride it up, or price to come up, break, retest, ride it down. Same thing with US 500. You have a lot of wicks where price showed us that it tried to go down and fail, try and fail, it only could go up. UCAD, notice that price struggling to break this level here. Wicks. Price trying and failing. It just made a move. It just created a higher high. And so I anticipate the price to make a pullback at least. And so that's why I have the sell stop here. If you were on Sunday and you entered it, you would have gotten TP1 already, which I think was 30 or 20 pips. Trade is still valid because price went up to this area again and found resistance. I actually can draw a trend line on this now for 2 touches in my direction. This one was in the zone, this one closed outside the zone. So if you want to, you guys can go ahead and put a sell stop on UCAD as well. I'm gonna share this one as well. TP2 and TP3. Again, I like to use even numbers. So 60, 75, 15 pips. I also looking at the support or resistance, but so if you see me say TP hit and you 2, 3 pips away, it's because I probably went 300 or 35 or 6. I would have gone 60 on that. Uh, so sometimes it would be a pip or two off. Plus, it's also depending on your broker. But I like this setup for a sell on UCAD. Sharing that as well. Please, USDCAD. USDCHF. Got a higher high price, making a move here. I want to pay attention to this resistance. Price may potentially find support at this level. I know it's an area, so that might be the support there. And then we can look for price to shoot up. And even if we get it at the high, I still anticipate that happening. UJ, I want to check back on this tomorrow because I want to see where this current candle, well, this one probably will close above. And if it does close above, that means that structure not necessarily was broken because it's an area. Price may still be, it may still close inside the zone to still show resistance here. But I just want to give this more time to mature and make a move so it will be clear as day what the market wants to do. Don't really trade silver and gold, but I like to watch, like I say, respect structure. All right, let me just check these things. Make sure that they can show all the targets. So USD CAD 4 hour, the 240 is 4 hour time frame. Sell stop at 1.33753. TP1 is 1.33600. 1.33300 TP2 or 35, whichever one you want to use, and then 33000 will be TP3. So 75 pip sell stop on UCAD. Links are in the chat if you guys want to click them before we come off the zone so you can have access to them. NZD CHF I have as a buy, and I just want to check CHF JPY sell stop. I'm not. I did this one because I was expecting, like, just in case the market found resistance here. I do anticipate going up to this level first. But if you don't want to set this CHF JPY, it's not necessary. I would just wait on it. But if you don't want to miss the move, do the sell stop. This one here, CHF JPY. I want more candles to print on it, but the market did give us a lower low. We are looking for a sell, but it might be too early to get in, and I just want to make you guys aware of that before you guys enter it. But NZD CHF, good to go, buy limit or buy stop. Now, what I want you guys to be aware of is this buy stop can activate, and then price can drop down to the buy limit, activate the buy limit, and the buy stop will have you 30 pips in the negative because that's how far apart they are, about 30 pips or 20 something pips. But you would be in the negative if the buy stop activates. Now, I'm not saying that I'm guaranteeing the price is going to come to the buy limit, and that's why I set both. I set both so that I don't miss the move. Even if it doesn't come back down, I still have the confirmation here with the double bottom. And the engulfing candle is extra confirmation to ride it back up. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And UCAD, if you guys looking for a stop loss, I would go above the wicks here or just do 50 pips. NZD CHF, I would get below this first touch here. It might be less than 50, but I would definitely go like 5 pips under this wick and drop a line like right here, somewhere in this area. Or maybe at 2020, that'll be about 30 to 40 pips, just to give the trade room. It may come down, come back to the zone, find support again, and then take off to the upside. So I just wanted you guys to have all the information so you guys can make your own decision as to what you want to do. But the setup is there for you to take the setup if you want it. All right. So So that's all the time I have tonight, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I hope you guys gained some value from this training. If you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute